You are going to fail.
Hey Bigby, what's up?
Jay, we haven't put out a podcast in like 3 months. What's the deal, man?
I'm sick.
We've missed the Thanksgiving cast, the Hanukkah cast, Kwanzaa cast, Christmas cast, and the New Year cast. What are we gonna do?
Make a review. It's been months since your last one. Jolly Roger should be done, right?
Yeah, I just gave up on that one.
Why am I doing this?
You're right. I shouldn't postpone the next review any longer. I will find a movie and review it.
Whatever.
So recently I found a YouTube playlist that had a bunch of awful movies on it, for free. So, I have to say, when I first scrolled through it, it was genuinely intriguing to see that there were over 600 free bad movies on YouTube alone. Naturally, I didn't bookmark the list, so it was lost for weeks. Until a few days ago, when I crossed its path and saw a movie that caught my eye. Swamp Ape. A movie written, directed, and starring Jeff Ward of the Hollywood YouTube channel. From what I read on his IMDb page, Jeff seems like a bodybuilder who is trying to make his way into anything he can do in the film world. So let's take a nosedive into his first work, the beautiful Swamp Ape.
Trucks are that way, Jasper.
Our movie opens with two hunters walking through the back Everglades of Florida. Nothing big to note of here other than the overbearing red tint used to show death. It shows the death of the dog and the death of the other hunters.
No! No! Come on, shoot him! Shoot him!
After the quick prologue, we meet our main character, Troy. Can you guess his main character trait? That's right, he knows a dude perfect look-alike. No, joking aside, he is the coach of the volleyball team. I think they meant team captain, but whatever. I'm not nitpicking.
Another game?
It should also be of note that Troy is one of the few characters to not be listed in the IMDb page of Swamp Ape. The dog is listed though, so that's nice.
Oh man.
After getting a text from his, what I presume, college science professor, we cut to two of our other characters signing up for the plot. Here we first meet Lily and Carl, and my favorite character of all, Professor Richard Stein. After being told he's going to fail, we cut to the road trip down to the swamp, where we see the rejected cast of Fort Florida Bama Shore. I mean, our characters in this story. Here we meet Mac, Anna Marie, and Wendy. After a few loud, quiet conversations, we make a pit stop so our characters can get food and other supplies before reaching the campsite. Here is where Carl buys a skunk ape figure. Now, quite honestly, I'm from Michigan and I'm not well versed in the whole skunk ape thing, but my guess is that it must be like our dog man, you know, just an urban legend kind of thing, you know.
You need to get laid, Urkel. You sound like a dork. Come, minions!
Hey Richard, how's it going?
But after meeting Ranger Steve and a few sex puns, we finally get to the campsite.
Yeah, I so let him do me.
I would eat him like a Dutch apple pie.
I would totally hit that too. I would let him patrol my wetland, right? I'd let him explore my marsh. Huh? Yeah? I'd let him motorboat through my swampy Netherlands.
Girl, do you bathe?
Here we break our horror trope of having Carl be the only character with a working phone, only to have it lost in the swamp in the next scene.
I had my phone in my pocket, man. You ruined it. It was the only one that even worked out here. Doesn't seem to stop you.
Hey, I told him not to touch me.
After what I presume is the worst fake punch I've ever seen, Troy and Mac are demoted to getting firewood with a magic machete that disappears in between shots. Well, not shots, but in between scenes. When we cut to the next scene, we find out that Mr. Stein really does not give a shit about science.
This is the same type of nest that a gorilla would make.
And a deer. Look, I'm sorry. As a man of science, If you're implying that whole Bigfoot legend, then you're being ridiculous.
Professor, take a look at this. It's a sample.
Hair.
He doesn't even look down the microscope. He just looks at it. Then, after some night of tomfoolery, we set out on the next day hike that Richard does not take part of.
It's going to take all day. You're in for a big hike.
Wait, you're not coming with us?
I'm too old for hiking.
Which makes me wonder, why did he come out here anyway? He has shown very little interest in the science and has actually spent more time just lounging around. So after collecting a few samples, we find Theo placing potato chips in a bowl to trap the Swamp Ape. That's also not a trail cam, but nice try.
Alright, get in. Everyone see?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Whoa. Is that?
Then for some reason our group, who split up, regroups twice.
Oh, there they are.
Then they decide to head back to camp while Wendy sneaks off to indulge in her quirk.
Alright guys, we're almost there. Come on. Wait. We're missing somebody.
How far did they walk not to notice Wendy was gone?
Well, where the hell is she?
And why did Wendy walk so far away just to eat? While Mac and Anna Marie, who decide to go look for Wendy, are busy having sexy time, Wendy is meeting our main antagonist of the movie, the Swamp Ape. After knocking her head clean off, the ape heads towards our sex-crazed couple, where Mac gets knocked out and Anna Marie drowns in quicksand. Then Ranger Steve died. I didn't care about this character really. His only purpose really was to give his gun to my boy Dick Stein. After our crew regroups, we see Carl's arm get ripped clean off.
You're right.
That was my jerk off arm.
This is your fault.
Hey, Carl. Here. I brought you some Cheetos. They'll give you strength.
This is where we also learn that Cheetos give you strength.
Cheetos are good.
So if they give me strength, how many Cheetos does it take to get me to become a Super Saiyan?
Sorry.
What would my power level be after eating one Cheeto? Then Lily gets abducted and stripped apparently and thrown into a cage with Anna Marie. What? Wait, what? Last time we saw Anna Marie, she was underneath the earth.
Did you get hurt?
So the ape pulled her out and caged her then? Also, why is half the cast in their underwear at this point? Ape penis?
Ape penis.
Wait, you're still here?
Yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Well, after a rapid fire of character deaths, no, seriously, I think we kill about 5 characters in the span of 2 minutes. So, there's that. Anna Marie gets it, Dick Stein gets it, Mac gets it, Carl gets it, Theo gets it. I think that's 5. I don't know, I wasn't really counting, I just had my hand going off. We are left with Lillian Joy and his ever-changing hair length. Seriously, I've noticed this with women, but I've never noticed this with a man this much before. After making it back to the mainland and finding a van... Oh, I'm sorry, the bus.
I think we made it.
Swamp Ape decides to blindside the van, making Troy and Lily get out of it.
We gotta go. Get out, let's go.
After dragging him to the shore... No, not that shore. Troy gets the sinking realization that his team may have lost the volleyball game. But before his head explodes, he is saved by our resident Native American whose name I can't remember. And then after some exposition, our movie just comes to an end. I do want to note that even though this is my second review on this channel, I don't really make comments on the acting. Mainly because so far it's usually been someone's first film. The acting will not always be the best, so I let that slide. because people improve over time. You can't expect people to be great in their first try. There are many things about this movie that I didn't like. However, there are a lot more things I found enjoyable about this film. Some of the dialogue is funny when listening into the right spot.
You are going to fail.
Your teacher's kind of a dick.
Ah, you touched my hand, gross.
Hair.
It's primate hair.
That was my jerk-off arm!
I brought you some Cheetos. They'll give you strength.
We're gonna kill that mother freaking monkey fucker!
Ape penis.
I just thought there was more.
Is the movie great? No. Is it enjoyable for someone's first film? Yeah, I'd say so. I hope that Jeff Ward, he played Mac by the way, learns from this movie and strives to better his craft, because he has a technique for writing dialogue. It may seem two-dimensional dialogue, but somehow it was funny. He has a craft, and I hope he expands it. I'd love to see another film. So Jeff Ward of Hollywood Productions, I just want to ask you, can you please make another movie? I'd really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked the review, please like, comment, and subscribe. If there was something you didn't like and you want to see it changed, leave a comment, let me know, and I will get back onto it. This has been Bigby from PhantasmaCast with a little guest spot featuring Jay, who actually has been sick. And, sorry about not having a podcast in a few months. We've both been busy with the end of the year stuff and my recent move. So hopefully we'll be getting more content for you guys, and we will see you all in the next time. Listen to the cool new outro, guys. See you later.
I just thought there was more.